All right, settle down. Welcome back to Books I'll Never Read Again. It's me, your favorite curmudgeon, Uncle Bob. And today, oh boy, today we're diving headfirst into a book that tried to answer a question that literally no one on planet Earth has ever asked. Ever. What do you get when you mash up ancient, dark, mystical arts with, well, the smug satisfaction of telling everyone you don't eat cheese? You get this masterpiece, Vegan Witchcraft. Yeah, it's going to be a bumpy ride, so buckle up.
Okay, let's just get this out of the way right now. This is not a book review. A review suggests there's something redeemable, something worth talking about. No. This is more of a public service announcement, a warning. I took one for the team here, folks. I went into the belly of the beast so you wouldn't have to. So you can thank me later for saving you from the brain aneurysm you'd get from trying to assemble the logic in this thing.
So, Section 1. Vegan witches? Seriously? I mean, really? I gotta know the thought process here. How do you wake up one day, look in the mirror, and think, you know what the world needs? Ancient, mysterious, feared, magical practices combined with tofu. It just doesn't compute. It's like putting a spoiler on a toaster. One's supposed to be powerful and dangerous, and the other just makes things slightly warmer and pops up unexpectedly.
And right on cue, we get the origin story, the sacred text for every moody teenager ever. So at 13, she finds Fleetwood Mac and The Craft. Oh, wow, groundbreaking. At the same time, she was stepping into her power. Oh, honey, that wasn't your power. That was puberty. Hormones, angst, questionable fashion choices. We all went through it. Most of us just didn't decide it was a mystical awakening that required giving up cheeseburger. I mean, just look at this. It's a total mismatch. You've got witchcraft on one side, right? We're talking centuries of fear, bubbling cauldrons, ancient rituals, real deal historical weight. And then you've got veganism, where the most terrifying ritual is trying to find a decent cheese substitute, and the most powerful incantation is asking a waiter for the third time if the soup is made with vegetable broth. These two things are not in the same league. They're not even playing the same sport.
All right, Section 2. A very magical history. Oh, this is my favorite part. This is where they try to bend all of human history to fit their weird little narrative. It's like watching someone try to stuff a king-sized mattress into a Mini Cooper. You know it's not going to fit, but you just can't look away. So let's see what kind of historical pretzels they've twisted for us.
So, get this. After pages and pages of trying to sound all academic, the big conclusion, the grand revelation for centuries of persecution and fear, was sheep. Yep, sheep. Apparently, the whole witch hunt thing wasn't about the devil or heresy. Nope. It was a trade dispute over the wool industry. Big sheep versus the independent sorceresses. It reduces all of European history to a turf war over livestock. You can't make this up.
And here we go. The classic move. When your entire argument is built on a foundation of jello, just invent a new, important-sounding word, domesticization. It's supposed to mean the oppression of animals in nature, which is then linked to oppressing people. But honestly, it sounds like something you'd get a ticket for from your homeowners association. Sorry, Bob, your lawn gnome is a clear violation of Article 4, Section B. That's a domesticization. They just made up a word for being a jerk. Brilliant.
So let's follow this logic, shall we? If I yell at my toaster for turning my perfectly good sourdough into a charcoal briquette, is that sacred? Is my toaster an oppressed domestic servant? Should I be organizing my kitchen appliances into a union? Workers of the countertop unite. You have nothing to lose but your warranties. This is the kind of stuff you come up with when you have way too much free time on your hands.
Okay, on to Section 3, your freeloading familiar. Ah, yes, the familiar, the magical animal companion. Or, as I like to call them, the four-legged freeloader who's conned you into thinking its nap on your spellbook is magical assistance.
Listen to this definition. A spiritual and magical collaborator. That is, without a doubt, the most puffed-up job title I have ever heard. My cat is a spiritual collaborator with my favorite armchair by covering it in fur. He's a magical collaborator in making sure I never sleep past 5 a.m. It's a deep, meaningful partnership for sure.
And look at this roster of supposed magical powerhouses. Cats, okay, I can kind of see it. They're aloof, they judge you, fine. But a snail? What are you going to do, curse your enemies with a very slow-moving hex? And a fly? Is your magical strategy to just be really annoying? Beware, my power, for I shall send Kevin the housefly to buzz around your potato salad.
Oh, and you've gotta love this part. Your loyal familiar might take a magical hit for you. So picture this. You're in a wizard duel over the last organic avocado. A curse comes flying your way, and poof, your pet ferret, Bartholomew, who's been sleeping in a hammock, just vaporizes. He takes one for the team. So now you're devastated, you're out of ferret, and you still don't have the avocado. That doesn't sound like a win to me.
And now we journey into the kitchen for Section 4, Magical Snacks and Sad Salads. This is where we learn how to imbue our kale smoothies with cosmic power. Because, just eating your lunch is for mortals. Okay, now, I want you to just take a second and look at this. Read it carefully. Now remember the title of the book we're talking about. It's called Vegan Witchcraft. And yet, here it is, in black and white, telling you that if you want to feed passion, you should eat pig ribs. To get more love, eat a fish. For other stuff, oysters. This isn't a coherent magical system, it's a cookbook having a complete mental breakdown. The central rule is don't eat animals, but the cheat code for a better love life is apparently a seafood platter? What is happening here?
And just when you think it can't get any weirder, it does. Oh, it does. The book suggests, with 100% seriousness, that a great way to fertilize your magical garden is, well, to bleed on it during your period. I'm sorry, but that's where I draw the line. I don't care how magical your tomatoes are supposed to be, I am not eating them. That's not a garden, that's a crime scene.
And that brings us to the grand finale, Section 5, the moral centerpiece of this entire thing, the one big rule. And this, my friends, is where the whole house of cards, built on a shaky foundation of tofu and good intentions, comes crashing down. Here it is, the Wiccan Rede, and it harm none, do what ye will. It's simple. It's elegant. It's the whole basis for this peaceful, nature-loving worldview. Do whatever you want, just don't hurt anything. Can't argue with that, right? It's a beautiful, straightforward principle.
And there it is, the loophole, the fine print. Harm none, unless you're trying to plant a garden. In that case, you gotta crush the snails. So sorry, snails, you don't count. Your lives are less important than my organic arugula. The great cosmic rule of do no harm apparently has a tiny, slimy exception clause. Poor little guy. And that's the whole scam right there. They make a big, fancy rule and then just ignore it whenever it's inconvenient. It's just like when my niece brought her vegan witch friend over. She takes one look at my prize-winning lawn gnome, Bartholomew, he's a legend, and she tells me he has negative energy and needs to be cleansed with sage. Cleansed? He won 3rd place at the fair. She said his pointy hat was a symbol of oppression. His hat! I told her if she came near my gnome with a bundle of burning weeds, the only thing getting cleansed would be her, with my garden hose. It's the same nonsense. First it's the snails, then it's the gnomes, the sheer nerve. Talking about Bartholomew's negative energy. He just wants to fish in peace. It's a little ceramic man holding a fishing rod. All right. So, what have we learned today? Is this book a deep revolutionary spiritual guide, or is it just a very, very long and confusing description for an Etsy store that sells crystals and gluten-free scones? You tell me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go apologize to a garden gnome for letting a stranger insult his headwear. Buzz off, you silly goose.